Yo, what is up guys, Gray here, and today we have got our IBL D-League Week 4 battle, against PlatinumHowler and the Coquitlam Red Gyarados. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. I did see him explain it in the chat, so I'm hoping I got that right. Really great guy. If you don't know who he is, make sure to check him out. He's got a really scary team, and yeah, I probably should have got his team up before I started this recording, so bear me 1 second, I will just find his team, because I know it was terrifying, and I kind of looked at it, and there's one mon that you can see that has shown up that just destroys my entire team. I have no checks to it whatsoever. Only like one thing can take a hit from it, pretty much, and that being Cloyster. Let's see, there it is. He has got the Infinite Sylveon, Raikou, Nidoqueen, Dhelmise, Mega Gyarados, Skarmory, Latias, Yanmega, Kangaskhan, and Cloyster. And that last pick is the mon I was talking about. It's so goddamn terrifying to my team. And he brought it. Definitely expected him to bring it. I expected the Skarmory to show up as well, but I guess it does make some kind of sense. I got a Heliolisk and then Victini, but at the same time, like, nothing can OHKO it, so it was a really just like easy way for him to get rid of hazards. Saying that, he does have the Dhelmise that he's brought. That is a fantastic rapid spinner against my team. As long as I didn't bring the Mega Aggron with rocks, which was in my team. Mega Aggron was in my team the entire time, and I didn't bring it. So I chose to go with Piloswine over it right at the last minute, and we're going to see if that pans out well or not. But he also brought the Sylveon, Nidoqueen, Raikou, and Mega Gyarados. The Mega Gyarados isn't too much of a threat to my team. I know it looks like it is on paper, but I did make sure that my Tapu Bulu and my Hydreigon can kind of deal with it. I do have 2 Scarfers this week. I believe I got a Scarf Heliolisk and a Scarf Togekiss, Life Orb Victini, Eviolite, specially defensive Piloswine, specifically there for the Nidoqueen. I know it can run Superpower, but I kind of don't expect him to run Superpower against my team. I do have free flying types, so it will be a weird bring, but I could see it happening. Also, I brought a AV Bulu, I want to say it is. I don't exactly remember, but a mixed bulk Hydreigon as well, which is kind of there as a secondary check to Nidoqueen. As long as it's not Life Orb, I can take an Ice Beam quite well. I get, after Leftovers recovery, I should be able to, I think I got Protect on it as well. So I think between Protect and Leftovers, I'll be able to not be too hit KO'd by a modest Ice Beam with Life Orb. I want to say that's the calc, but I could be wrong. Also, it's there for Raikou. Raikou can run Aura Sphere, but at the same time, with the special bulk I got, unless it's Specs, it's not doing enough damage. It's a pretty good check to Mega Gyarados, as long as Mega Gyarados isn't running Ice Fang. And I wasn't sure this week whether he was going to be running that or not, because he did need some other coverage moves to hit other things on my team. So yeah, it was question mark. And the Sylveon, I didn't think it was going to turn up, to be honest, but at the same time, it is a fantastic check to Hydreigon, so yeah, why wouldn't it show up? Yeah, so if we get into the battle, we're going to see my lead here was 100% Heliolisk. He has very little on his team that really wants to take a hit, and if he leads off with Nidoqueen, then I'm in a great position. I can just U-turn out. It can't outspeed me in any way, and I can go out into my Piloswine and set up my rocks. So yeah, I lead off with my Heliolisk as he leads off with Nimrod, his Red Gyarados, his mascot pick, and this is actually fantastic for me. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to stay in. Like, I don't think he's in the business of sacking off his Gyarados turn 1 to a potential Thunderbolt. So Nidoqueen seems like an obvious switch in, and I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I'm going to play it safe. I don't want to be stuck in against this Nidoqueen, and that does the grand sum of jack shit damage, but it does give me the initiative, and it also lets me see that his item is Black Sludge. So that's great information for me. That means that my Hydreigon can actually take 2 Ice Beams from this Nidoqueen, and I expect him to switch out here. I 100% don't expect him to stay in. As we're going to see, that Earth Power does nothing to my Piloswine, and I'm just going to get my rocks. So 3 rocks this week is fantastic, and now we just need to kind of stop that Dhelmise from coming in. If the Dhelmise doesn't come in, he can't get rid of the rocks, and yeah, we're in a fantastic place. And again, he stays in for a second time. We've seen it's not Sugar Berry, so why he's staying in, I don't know. I did expect him to switch out. Maybe he just predicted me on that first turn. I'm just going to pause here. Maybe he predicted me to switch out on that first turn. Predicted the Stealth Rocks even on that first turn. My god, I can't speak today. And yeah, that's why he went for the Earth Power. I thought that's probably the case, so he's going to switch out the second time. And I didn't really know what he was going to switch into. I thought maybe he would think I was going to go for the Earthquake, so he might go into the Gyarados, which would be nice to get a bit of Icicle Crash plus Rocks damage. We'll probably put it under half, which is fantastic. If he goes out into the Delmise predicting the Earthquake, then the Icicle Crash again is going to do a ton of damage. Does a decent amount to his other couple of mons as well, and except for Cloyster. Like, if Cloyster came in here, then that would be absolutely terrible for me. But I think that I'm out of range of a Hydro Pump, potentially. And if he goes for the Shell Smash after taking Rocks, then the Earthquake is going to do a decent amount of damage. But at the same time, he may just get swept. Like, that's the fear that I live in currently, is if Cloyster comes in at the right time, I just get swept. But carrying on with the battle, yeah, I'm now down at roughly half, which is not ideal. But it does give me a switch into Hydreigon. I think he's going for the Earth Power again if he's going to stay in. And he actually makes a nice read. I don't know if he predicted me to go into Hydreigon. He probably did. But yeah, he makes a nice read, but that isn't going to do too much damage to me. Just under half, probably about 45% roughly. And we're in a position where the Sylveon is 100% going to come. Like, I know it's coming in because it's the one check he's got to it. And the last thing I want is for him to either Wish Pass into his Nidoqueen or to Toxic anything on my team. So I'm just going to go for the Taunt, so he can't use any of those moves. I know he's stuck with either using Hyper Voice, Psyshock, or potential Hidden Power Ground. So Victini is a fairly safe switch in. It resists 2 of those 3 moves, and Hidden Power Ground is not going to do too much. And it's at this point that I don't realise my mistake, basically. I don't expect him to stay in. I expect him to go out into just anything else on his team, really. And I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt. I feel like Nidoqueen is probably his best switch in, so to be able to kill that would be fantastic. And after the Intimidate, actually this Zen Headbutt is going to do respectable damage. And I'm looking at my calc and I'm confused. I don't know what's happened. Like, I'm thinking, okay, that Zen Headbutt is done, what, 25, just under 25%? And my calc is saying that it should do like 30 to 35, like minimum, after an Intimidate drop. And I'm there like, okay, well, he must be bulky. He's got to like be running quite a lot of bulk in it. And that's the reason why it didn't do that much damage. And so I'm there like, oh wait, I've not taken any Life Orb recoil. Turns out that I forgot to change the item, so I genned this off of, sorry, I legitimately bred this off of a previous Victini that was Choice Scarf. And yeah, I forgot to change the item, which it doesn't work out too badly in this battle, but at the same time it kind of sucks because I could have just 2-hit KO'd this Gyarados quite easily. Now I got to switch out and I got to have something to take a potential hit from this Gyarados, and that kind of sucks because nothing wants to take the hit. Like, this was a safe, like, as safe a play as I could possibly get. And yeah, if I'm Life Orb, even if that Cloyster is Focus Sash, it doesn't want to take a Bolt Strike particularly, and leaves it at 1 HP, and sure, it can still sweep from there, but there's a chance that it could do, like, I could have something that just lives, and it's going to die. So yeah, having the Choice Scarf kind of sucks in this position, because firstly it's not doing enough damage, and secondly I'm now stuck into Zen Headbutt, and I have to switch out, because if he Mega Evolves, then I don't affect him. And also we're stuck with 3 Choice Scarfers, because I got a Scarf Togekiss and a Scarf Heliolisk this week. So yeah, he's going to Mega Evolve. I go into my Hydreigon, because it's probably my best switch into it. We're going to see what kind of set he's running, and he actually shows a Toxic. And this set was weird. I looked at it afterwards, and I think it was like a mixed event. Like, it had Scold, I want to say Crunch, Toxic, and some other move. I can't remember what the other move is, but it was a weird set. It wasn't a setup DD kind of set, and that kind of threw me off. But I'm just going to go for the Roost. I want to be at a decent amount of health, so he's going to bring out his Raikou, and Raikou is a bit of a problem at this point, because if it's Specs, then it is going to be 2-hit KOing, especially with the poison damage. And yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I don't have too many great switch-ins to Raikou, so I'm just going to go out and I'm going to go out into my Tapu Bulu. Even if we went for Hidden Power Ice there, it's not going to do too much damage. It's probably going to do just under half, somewhere around there if it's Specs. As it actually just goes for the Aura Sphere, and because he was shiny, that was always a possibility. I'm going to see that that's doing a reasonable amount of damage, but I don't think that is Specs. And yeah, I'm fairly sure it's not Specs, but the Grassy Training is going to give him a little bit of recovery, and he's going to bring in his Dhelmise. And I should have seen this coming. I should have been very aware that he's not going to want to stay in, and Dhelmise is going to resist it. It still has a decent chunk of damage, but at the same time, like, now he gets that Rapid Spin, and that kind of just sucks, because if he is Focus / Cloyster, it comes in for free now, and it will just kill everything. It will literally kill everything on my team. I needed those rocks up and to be in with one of my choice Scarfers to be able to just kind of bop it immediately. But it is what it is. It's not the best situation, but it's certainly one I can come back from. As long as I don't let that Cloyster come in for free and be able to set up that Shell Smash, I need to be making sure I've always got that offensive pressure now. And I got into my my Victini. I don't expect him to want to stay in. That's why I went out into my Victini, because I just 100% didn't expect him to want to stay in that matchup. So I predict him to go into either the Gyarados or the Nidoqueen. Potentially also the Sylveon. Sylveon would be a very safe switch. And he actually preserves his Nidoqueen here. I was kind of surprised that he would, but it shows that he's actually a Grassy Seed Sylveon, which is really nice prep. It's a solid mon against my team. If this was a Calm Mindset, I don't remember, then that's actually really nice prep, being at +1 defense. But sadly we get the crit, and I say sadly for two reasons. Firstly, I just hate getting hacks in a game, and critting his Sylveon there kind of sucked for, like, it was a nice tech and it kind of just came into no use at all. But also because now Cloyster comes in, and okay, I'm Choice Scarf, so that's not too bad. I'm going to just hit it again with a V-Create and see how much I can do. V-Create should still do a fairly decent chunk of damage, as it does about 65% roughly, and he shows me the Shell Smash, and I was just hoping, praying that he was wasn't going to go for the Shell Smash. And yeah, now we're in a bad position, because nothing on my team can take the combination of Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, and Hydro Pump. So I'm here thinking that he's got to run Ice Shard, because if I run Hawlucha, I would set up the grassy terrain and outspeed his Cloyster. So there's a good chance that he'll run Ice Shard to be able to try and counter that. But as it turns out, he didn't have Ice Shard at all. He's going to have Hydro Pump, Rock Blast, and Icicle Spear. And that kind of just destroys my team, because I didn't bring Hawlucha, I didn't bring Mega Aggron, who would have taken a hit. Mega Aggron was my one, like, guaranteed lives a hit mon from Cloyster, so why I decided to switch it out, I don't know. Granted, Piloswine did do its job, it did well. It really wasn't worth losing to Cloyster, basically. So I'm going to switch out into my Hydreigon, and something kind of had to die. I had to make a choice on something that died, and I think that Hydreigon just kind of did its job at this point. I can deal with his Raikou in other ways. I can deal with his Nidoqueen now it's low, and here I make the biggest misplay. So I've just seen Rock Blast, and I'm here like, okay, so I'm looking at my calcs, and I got Skill Link Cloyster up on my calc, and Icicle Spear is hitting 5 times. I change a move to Rock Blast, expecting it to do the same thing, expecting it to go straight to Rock Blast, hit 5 times. I look at my calc and I'm like, okay, it's weird, but it says that I can live a hit. So I'll go into my Victini, that's the one thing that can live a hit, and I can just kill it off. But if he goes for Hydro Pump, that does kill me, but he risks the miss. And he's going to go for Rock Blast, and as you can see, it does a ton of damage. I actually lived 3, which is kind of wild. But yeah, the calc just put Rock Blast down to hit 3 times, instead of hit 5 times. So why that happens on the calc I don't know, but because of that I still hadn't noticed at this point that my calc was wrong. So I go out to my Heliolisk and I'm thinking, okay, so if that killed me, he must have been adamant. Like, that's the only way that he would have killed me, would have done that much damage. And I got into my Heliolisk thinking I'll be able to outspeed, and as you can see, I do not outspeed. So I have now sacked off 3 mons for absolutely nothing. One of them was kind of necessary. I feel like Victini actually probably would be my best sack, possibly, but it was Scarfed, so it did kind of kill the rest of his team. But after that, I just played it horribly. I should have gone straight out into my Pillar Swine and hoped that he didn't have Hydro Pump. Because he is Focus Sash, he's still at -1 defense, so Earthquake would kill. And if he didn't have Hydro Pump, if he had Ice Shard, Icicle Spear, and Rock Blast, I lived any of those and could have killed it in return and saved 2 of my mons that would have probably won me the battle later on. But instead, as you see, he's going for the Icicle Spear. He didn't want to miss the Hydro Pump, and he didn't. He said he didn't want to miss Rock Blast, but Rock Blast actually did less than Icicle Spear did. So yeah, either way, actually I don't think it did. I'm trying to think of the calc. I think it did like roughly the same as Rock Blast and Icicle Spear did roughly the same, if I remember rightly. But yeah, he goes out into his Gyarados, and at this point it's just kind of, it's a rough game. Like, he shows the Scald, by the way, which is kind of wild. Scald Mega Gyarados, never thought I'd see that, but it does pick up the KO. Yeah, we're now in a tough position. We've got 2 mons left. We've got Scarf, Togekiss, and I believe AV Bulu, which is going to be possible to win, but it's going to be a major uphill struggle. I need to try and play this absolutely perfectly, and it's going to be tough. Like, it's going to be very tough, because between Raikou and Dhelmise, he can actually just win. He doesn't need to bring anything else out. That Dazzling Gleam is going to do decent damage, but I don't want to take any moves from... in hindsight, I should have just taken the hit, and yeah. I go out into my Tapu Bulu, as he just goes for Volt Switch, and at this point, like, it's game. Like, if he goes out to his Dhelmise, I can't do enough to it with my Tapu Bulu. I just need to get it low enough that a Dazzling Gleam will kill, and then hope, just hope that I can kill everything else off with a Dazzling Gleam. I'm fairly sure that Nidoqueen would live, even at the amount of damage it had taken. I'm fairly sure it just lived to Dazzling Gleam, but it was either that or I put everything in Air Slash range and just try and Air Slash everything to death. But the Anchor Shot, I'm actually going to live the Anchor Shot, which is kind of wild. And he reveals, I'm just going for another Nature's Madness. I want this thing as low as possible, just to guarantee that I kill with whatever move I decide to go for with Togekiss, and unfortunately I missed. Didn't really matter in the end because he reveals the rest. So really nice bring. It's Resto Chesto in the end. Really nice bring from Howler. He just, this team after Victini and Hydreigon went down, just kind of beat me. Like after I lost 3 mons to that Cloyster, I was just like, there's no coming back from it. Like, I pretty much just had defeatist nature at this point. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do as much damage as I can, and hopefully Togekiss can just lower the differential. My only way of winning at this point is to just Air Slash Flinch Hacks my way to victory, and that's a horrible way to win. I really don't want to win that way, but that is my only win con, is to just consistently get flinches, which is a lot to ask. In fact, I went for Fire Blast, so I went for Fire Blast instead of Air Slash because it did the most damage to the rest of his team. In hindsight, again, like, just going for Air Slash and getting all the flinches would have been the way of winning, but I kind of just hoped that I may somehow be able to take out this Raikou. Maybe I could live a hit, and yeah, I bring it down to like a 2-0, but as you're going to see, he is actually just Choice Scarfed, and I do live 1. Wait, what item was I on my Togekiss? Was I Scarf Bulu? Okay, I was Scarf Bulu, and I was Expert about Togekiss. I don't remember my own prep, that's bad. But yeah, playing this whole game, saying I had Scarf Togekiss in the back when it wasn't Scarfed. Yeah, that's weird plays, but yeah, we're going to go down 3-0 to Howler. he played it really well. Really good game from him. Close to just destroyed my team. It was such a great bring. I really wish I brought Mega Aggron. It would have been much better than someone like Togekiss in this matchup. He didn't really bring rocks. As far as I'm aware, he didn't bring rocks at all. He definitely didn't set them up for whatever reason. If he had him on Nidoqueen, then he could have 100% set him up. But yeah, we're going to go down to 1 and 3, I believe, at this point. We start the season off so well. It kind of sucks that I'm just like falling to loss after loss. But there's certainly like things that I'm learning from each loss that will help me in my next battle. I have actually made some trades that go effective in week 6. I am dropping Tentacruel, Heliolisk, and something else. I try to remember off the top of my head because it was a little while ago I put these trades in. Bear me 1 second. And Aerodactyl. I am trading off those 3 and picking up Toxapex, Regirock, and Raichu. This was because I felt like I just needed some kind of wall. I have some bulk on my team, like Mega Aggron, I had Tentacruel, Piloswine's very bulky, Hydreigon and Togekiss can be bulky, same with Bulu, same with Victini, they got good stats, Silverleaf can be bulky, but nothing is just out and out like a wall, so I felt like I really need to make those trades. So they'll come into effect week 6. We go up against Dr. Slacking, the other Brit in the league, the only other Brit that we ever seem to actually come across in any of these other leagues. I believe he's the only Brit. So yeah, really excited to go up against Dr. Slacking next week, and yeah, hopefully we can pick up a W because we really need one at this point. We're sitting at, I believe, like 1 and 3 -6. Is that right? I'm trying to think what my week 2. What was my week 2 battle? Man, I've had so many battles, it's been really difficult to keep up, but yeah, we're definitely at 1 and 3. We're not looking too great for a potential playoff push, but we'll keep going. We've made the trades, we'll hopefully have like a massive effect, hopefully be really good for my team, and yeah, good game again to Howler. He's doing pretty well, I think, at this point, and yeah, I don't know how to end up this video. I'm just rambling. Have a great day, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.